Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and if you're wondering why I'm dressed as a Care Bear, it is Halloween. This is my costume. I originally was going to be Gertrude from I Hate Fairyland, but Amazon screwed up my wig order and sent me a blue wig instead of a green wig, and then it couldn't get here on time. Long story short, I ended up being a Care Bear. It's very comfy. And today we are talking about my top picks for November 2nd, 2016's New Comic Book Wednesday. First on my list is Animosity number 3. Animosity, it's the continued story of Jesse and Sander looking for Jesse's older brother. Like what we found out in the very end of the second issue, both of Jesse's parents are no longer with them. So now it's all on Sander to keep Jesse safe. And if the front cover of what we've seen number 3 is supposed to look like is any indication, it's going to be some craziness. Next one on my top picks is Catwoman Election Night, the one-shot issue. Basically, it's Catwoman gets screwed over by politics and politicians, and she ain't having it. Also, for anyone who's a Perez fan, there's a little backstory for her in the very end. So instead of getting the end of that series, she's getting part of this Catwoman election issue. Next on my list is Motor Girl number 1. This one's kind of weird. It's what happens when a girl who owns a junkyard actually ends up helping a stranded alien with some parts and helping him with rebuilding his ship, and then she gets kind of a reputation for being friendly to aliens and being a reliable source to help them out. So she starts booming in intergalactic sort of trade. And she's very close to Area 51, so it's gonna be craziness, guaranteed. Next on my list is Shade the Changing Girl number 2. If Shade the Changing Girl number 1 was any indication, it's going to be craziness. Basically, this is what's going to happen when the alien who is trapped inside the girl's body is going to figure out that a lot of people don't like this girl. That she's actually really hated by everyone, including her family. So how is the alien going to deal with this? Is she going to try to make the most of it? I don't know. It's kind of a weird series. I'm looking forward to it. Superman number 10 is next on my list. No, I have not really kept up with a lot of Superman. I know kind of what's going on. This is something I'm looking more forward to in trade format. But this issue is Jonathan White and Damian Wayne finally meeting. And this is going to be what leads into Super Sons and several other books that they could be in the future. I want to see their first meeting. I want to see what Damian Wayne has to say to Jonathan White. I think that would be hilarious because it's goody two-shoes Jonathan White, and then it's wise-cracking assassin badass that is Damian Wayne. It's going to be fantastic. I'm really excited for it. The cover looks great. It's definitely on my pull list. Last is Unworthy Thor number 1. Hopefully this mini-series is going to answer what in the world made Thor unworthy. And this is hopefully going to be him coming back into becoming Thor and no longer just simply being Odin's son, you know? I mean, yeah, he's no longer the Thor because we have Jane Foster Thor, and he's just Odin's son, the unworthy. But, you know, it's a little light reboot for Marvel, so we'll see what's going on next. Yeah, so that is it for this episode of Cat Run Figures. And yeah, tell me if I'm missing anything from my pull list, if there's anything you think I should be picking up. And yeah, since it's Halloween, tell me, what are you dressing up as? What are your kids dressing up as? Yeah, until next time, this is Caitlin, and bye.